I alluded to this story in my natural disasters video, but since it didn't get a lot of views, I imagine you didn't know that. I'm terrified of tornadoes, probably more than the average person. Let's just say I watched a scary movie that I didn't know would be scary. That movie was the new 2024 Twisters movie. I went to the theater with my cousins, excited to see it, except I had the wrong idea in my head. I watched a documentary style movie about storm chasers 3 years ago in Earth Science, and I thought it was the sequel to that because I was, told it was a sequel to something. If you've seen the movie, you probably know what's coming. If you haven't, just know there will be spoilers. With that out of the way, let's hear some happy music before I get into the stuff that terrified me. Before getting into the movie itself, I want to talk about the previews. Hear me out. They played a vital role in shaping the environment and mood I was in before the movie. The first was the Speak No Evil remake. I went into this a bit in my torture methods video. This is one of those movies that initially doesn't sound scary until you realize the boy has no tongue. Then came the Alien Romulus trailer, which didn't hide the fact that it was a horror movie. Last up was Trap, which has a pretty creative premise. Watch me find out it was based on another movie or a book or something. Anyway, I love how there's a twist that there's a criminal at this concert and then another twist. I won't spoil it since I'm already going to be spoiling part of Twisters anyway. So the movie starts, and I quickly realize this isn't the documentary sequel I had hoped for. But that's alright, I'm in these comfy movie theater seats. Okay, they were literally made of leather and were reclining. So, all was not lost. I thought this would be about a crew of storm chasers, but no, it's just about the brunette girl. 3 out of the 4 died in a tornado. Well, there's 5 if you count Anthony Ramos, but he doesn't really do much during that first mission. He comes in more later in the movie. The storm came slowly, from what I remember, and I didn't expect it to kill what I thought would be the main characters. So those characters died. We fast forward a few years, and the main character is convinced to go back into storm chasing. I don't blame her for giving it up. The trauma of seeing her boyfriend and 2 other friends dying must be hard to cope with. The details are harder to recount since the panic settled in around this point. I started getting all shaky. It got so much louder whenever a tornado came, and they came often because it's a movie about tornadoes. I was at the awkward point where I shook with any slightest movement, but could still control it. For me, shaking uncontrollably is a sign I'm going to have a panic attack, so I knew I probably wouldn't have one, but I was still scared. This movie had turned out scarier than I expected, and I didn't know what to do. Even if I was put in this situation now, I would have a hard time knowing what to do next. I didn't know what my family would think, let alone my cousin sitting right next to me. I mean, I was witnessing someone getting a cut on their entire leg, and they showed more than I thought they needed to. That image is still in my head, and it won't leave. So, around an hour in, I didn't keep track. I left the theater, found a bathroom, and took some time to process what I just saw. The bathroom wasn't well maintained, and there was this constant ringing sound. The worst part is, it kept alternating between 2 different pitches, and I know exactly what they were. Perfect pitch can be a curse sometimes. The worst part was, part of me wanted to go back in, terrify myself some more, and see how the movie ended. I mean, the movie was going good, besides the whole thing where they tried to set up Kate with that one southern guy. I don't know his name. That was that made me disgusted. But in the end, I decided to stay there. I even left a soda in the theater, but I didn't care. I try to use this event for writing inspiration, which seems like a good idea. I got anxious when even one person walked into that bathroom. I was not mentally okay. Although, I don't know if I even am now. Something felt wrong with me. I was close to a panic attack, and we weren't even close to the climax yet. But I knew leaving was better than the alternative. Well, I didn't at the time because when I wrote all my feelings down, I kept saying, I don't know if this is the right decision. I'm fortunate enough to say I think I did make the right decision. So that's it for this story. I summarized all of the feelings I had during that moment. This video turned out shorter than I thought, but hopefully that's okay. I just want to thank you all for the success on my torture methods video. I woke up this morning and saw it gained like 50 views. That is insane. But I don't think any of them subscribed. I'm still at 6 subscribers, so please do that if you feel you enjoyed this video and my content in general. That's all. Thank you.